Thanks for stopping by. I'd like to preface this video by saying it is not a tutorial, but it means to have something playing in the background while you work on your own project. If you're like me and really enjoy having something on while you work, sometimes the content you like is very visually engaging, and you're several hours in and haven't gotten nearly as far along in your project as you would have liked to. So that's where I come in. If you're new here, welcome, and if you're returning, welcome back. It is Wednesday, already the middle of the week. I hope you're as ready for the weekend as I am. I am saying this as future Paws and Pearls because right now it is Sunday night. As you know, if you are a frequenter of my channel, I like to film in one sitting if I can. I was going to film this morning, but when I woke up and got ready to film, it was time for me to log into the Cat Behavior Summit, which on Monday I talked a lot about my woes as a pet owner with that, but the summit itself was very good. And I hope that they keep doing it because I learned so much. And today we're continuing to work on my cousin's sock. This is sock 1 of 2. It is a simple vanilla sock. On Monday I was ranting about how there is a join where the color just drastically changes from green to purple, and I was hoping the whole thing was going to be this nice ombre of colors, but I have been greatly deceived, and I worry that when I knit the second sock we are not going to see this wonderful sharp jump in color but another gradient, and then that's going to make both socks look really weird, and I have no idea what to expect because I did not wind my ball up. I just opened it out of the package as is and started knitting with this, and I was assuming because the picture shows a gradient that it would in fact be a gradient. So this could be a design flaw. This could explain why this sock yarn was on sale at the time by Knit Picks, and I think this might be a moment when I'm going to write a review because I am very surprised and very disheartened because nowhere in the description did it show that I was going to get a jump in color like this, and that is not what I had planned to have either. So I have no idea what's going to happen. I have to knit until I have 7.5 inches of knitting complete from the heel to when I need to start decreasing to make my toe shape. And I just took a measurement before I started filming this video, and I have about 1 inch left of knitting to do. So we have quite a few rounds to go because I am a tight knitter. But yes, I'm hoping that my Wednesday is going well. Monday, when you saw the first video of the week, future me will have been at my job doing physical labor again. A couple weeks ago I had to go in on a weekend and on a weekday to do some manual physical labor, heavy lifting, and on Monday from 9 a.m. to noon, I also have to go into work and do some more heavy lifting. I'm not thrilled. It was impromptu. I have 1,000,001 things I need to do this week and last week, but I was in meetings. Some of them were planned, many of them weren't, and that's kind of one of the most frustrating things I've found with working from home is that instead of people knocking on my office door, they're just like, bam, hey Paws and Pearls, stop everything that you are already doing and have this meeting. It'll only be 5 minutes. Did I say 5 minutes? I meant a half hour. Oh, did I say only one meeting? Hey, can you come on again and talk to me for another 30 minutes? And I'm like, hey, do these things. Oh, hey, guess what? After I just told you to do those things, I need you to come on another meeting. I'm like, holy smokes, guys. Can I breathe? Can I breathe? And a lot of it is coming from people who have looked on my calendar we use Outlook at my job, and they've looked at my calendar and they say, hey, Paws and Pearls has like some free space. And it's like, it's free because I'm not in a meeting. That doesn't mean I'm not doing anything else. Like, I have other things I have to do. So I am not in a position where my day should be consisting of meetings, because I actually have to do things and get things moving and get people doing things. So having these meetings sets me back so much in my day, in my week, that I keep adding more and more things to my to-do list. And I'm almost tempted just to say I block myself out as busy all day, every day, so people don't even bother asking me if I can do a meeting impromptu. It's like, no, like, the meetings need to be planned so then I can actually do my work around the meetings. For instance, last week on Friday, I have to do like some kind of presentation type thing next month in November, but we're having a planning meeting just to check in mid October, well, like late October, soonish. So I was like, okay, I need to do my researching for my presentation last Friday. And then I got pulled into some meetings. I got pulled into a 2-hour, I'm a little bit exaggerating. I was already planned to have a meeting starting at 1. I wake up, get on my computer, get ready to go. I had to get some stuff ready because I was going to physically go into work, because I had to do something else that was not physical labor, but some administrative stuff that I just didn't have those tools with me at my home, and I needed to physically go into my job and look around and do some stuff there. So I had already planned it out, like, okay, after this 1 o'clock meeting, I'm going to go. But before the 1 o'clock meeting, I have XYZ hours until then that I can do my research for this other thing. So I get in, I get settled, I see some emails, I have to help do some stuff, I'm getting ready, and then bam, I get this this Teams thing. And it's like, hey, Paws and Pearls, I see you're free right now. Let me have this meeting with you and this other person. And I'm like, sure, okay, yeah, like, I'm free, but I already have stuff to do because we already have this other meeting planned today. Same person. And then I'm doing the thing, and then we get in this meeting, and then apparently I'm being assigned to do some stuff because the person who really should be doing it doesn't want to do it. And then so the person who had like constructed the meeting then looks at me and is like, Paws and Pearls, so-and-so clearly just said they didn't want to do this. Do you want to do this? And I'm like, it's not even in my department. I'm like, well, I would need a lot of training since this is not something that I do, but I can. And if this is what I'm going to do, then that means I am not going to be doing XYZ because this is going to be taking my time. And they're like, all right, fair enough. So basically I've been voluntold to take on this other task, which is part of why past me is talking about future me in the past, as in Monday I had to physically go in to get started learning about this new voluntold project that I'm going to be doing, which also involves physical labor. And I'm like, gosh dang. So, that is life, right? I mean, you make your lemons out of your lemonade or what have you, but it's like, come on, can I get a break, please? Can I just do some stuff that's like on my to-do list without any interruption, without any new project, because I don't see anyone else taking on any fancy new projects? But then they're like, oh, you're a budding person in your career. Here are some things that, they always say that. They're like, this is resume building. This is good experience, yada, yada, yada. But it's like, I don't see my checkbook changing. What? I'm gonna keep it real. I'm not getting paid anymore. I understand that we're in a time where money is tight, but I also know that my company is doing all kinds of bells and whistles for other things, but the people who have their nose to the grindstone are not seeing those benefits. And it's a little frustrating, to say the least. So I'm like, okay, if you cannot give me more money and you cannot make it so that my job is a little less strenuous, can you at least give me a moment to do some of the things that have already been asked of me, and to do them in a way that I feel good and that have the time and care and quality that is needed for them to be of appropriate completion and thorough completion. But if you keep asking me to do all these other things, I am not an octopus. I cannot spin all of these plates without one falling and crashing. And when it does fall and crash, I am not going to put my head on the chopping block for you, because you're the one who knew that I had all these other projects to do and yet still give me more. And I mean metaphorical you, not you guys. You guys are great. I wish I could do this all day and just sit and talk with you and maybe not have as many colorful stories, because I would just be home all day and not be dealing with other people. But it's just like, man, I know. I am just a negative Nancy sometimes, but it is getting kind of frustrating. We're all really burnt out. If you're in the working force, if you're not in the working force and you have a lot on your plate, you just feel like, why would somebody want to give you more? And you think it's like it's grit and it's character building, but people are tired. We're all tired. We're all tired. We're all overworked. We're all underpaid. And we all just want to get a little bit of a break. I want to live in the places where, like, I could take a 2-month holiday and still have my job when I came back. Like, if I could just have that, I would probably be so much more content, because then I could take the breaks when I need them. But a lot of the times, like, when I get to take a break, it's never when I want to. It's when my vacation is going to not roll over and I lose those days. And so I just have to pick them in random places that never work when I actually want to do something or can do something. It's always when, like, well, Paws and Pearls, your vacation log is almost to the expiration date, so yep, say goodbye to the free money. Or days off, which are never really days off because people still email you even though your auto away clearly says you're not available, and they expect you to do all this stuff when you come back from work because nobody's cross-trained. So yeah, there's all of that. So you can't really win. But I don't even remember what I was ranting about. Basically, Wednesday is a day that I'm very thankful for because it's one day closer to the weekend, and it's hopefully more on my to-do list that has been checked off than what I start with on Monday. So that's what I'm hoping for. Let me know if you have a job like that. Do you feel like the more you add to your or the more you cross off of your to-do list, the more is added to your to-do list? Do you feel like your work is stretching people? And if you feel like you absolutely love your job and what you do, please tell me what you do, because I am always curious of what people do and why they love it so much. And it's not so much that I don't like my job. I know it probably sounds like I hate it, but I actually like what I do. It's just how everything is organized that prohibits me from being able to do the things that I really enjoy about my job. And unfortunately, that happens more than I care to admit, is that the structure of everything really prohibits the reason that I got into my field in the first place. But I think if I had a stronger support group, if there were more people who contributed to the bigger picture of what I do, I would be so much better off. And I know people in my field who have that and are doing really well and doing awesome stuff, and I'm always just jealous, like legit jealous. Like, man, I wish I worked where you work. Man, I wish I had the vacation package you had. Not only the vacation package, but the ability to take the vacation when you need it, when you want it. It is there. You can do it. No questions asked. People are around to cover for you, and it's great. Or you have enough people structured around what your projects are that everyone's really competent. And it's where I am. It is where I am. Which is why you guys probably hear about me talking all the time about where I'm looking for work, that I've interviewed for work. A lot of that has died down since the pandemic, I will admit. I am very, very selective of where I'm looking now because I am very fortunate. The one thing that's nice is that I am still working remotely. Other people in my field have already had to go back into the office and work in person almost full-time, if not completely full-time, and I am still terrified of having to be in enclosed spaces for long periods of time with people that I don't know where they've been. Granted, this weekend I am probably going to IKEA, but it is strictly to buy the supplies I need for the cat tree project. I'm not going to be sitting on sofas. I'm not going to be sampling Swedish meatballs. I'm not going to be looking at their home wares, even though I absolutely want to. I'm strictly going to this aisle, this aisle, this aisle, this aisle, getting what I need, getting the heck out of there. And I would have done the pack and pick up. However, just from having things shipped to me from IKEA before, I trust my own picking to make sure that I get something that's not busted the heck up. And I've had that happen before, not through IKEA's pack and pick, but just going there in person and seeing the quality of what's available to pull from the weird Costco style warehouse aisles. I'm like, yeah, I'd rather actually visually see what I'm grabbing and not just trying to grab the first thing I see because it's the easiest to grab. So actually looking for quality products to put in my little trolley thing. But beyond that, a lot of the places that I would have loved to work for are in person now, and that's just a risk that I'm willing to or I'm not willing to take, that I am willing to ride this unfortunate roller coaster a little bit longer. However, there is something coming up that I had my eye on, and based on the process of how things go, it might work for me, it might not, at least as far as applying goes. But right now I'm just the one thing going for me is that I can still work remote. So I'm going to take advantage of that. And then when things look a little better, I'll probably start again to more seriously look. However, I'm still looking. But if I don't see anything that's clearly telecommuting, working from home, any indication that the company is still having people not go in, I'm like, nope. I am not trying to start an interview and be in person with people and train and learn my job when I have to be there physically if I can avoid it. So I'm just laying low at the moment. But I am always curious about what other people are doing. I mean, I paid a lot of money to be in the field that I'm in right now. Those degrees aren't cheap, but if there is something somebody absolutely loves to do and they get paid very well and it gets me closer to being able to retire and do this full time, then I am all for it. So props to you if you actually have a very good support system at your job, maybe some flexibility, some work-life balance, some boundaries, good pay, or at least fulfilling security, all of those good things, you're awesome, and I'm so thankful that there are people out there who actually have those opportunities to not sing the Woe Is Me song like Paws and Pearls over here. But I'm thinking, like, what can I do? I have to get creative, very creative, to find those moments of ingenuity and innovation where either I branch out on my own or I cobble together a position. And unfortunately there isn't anything, well, my company is on a hiring freeze anyway, so I can't even like make a new role for myself and then have somebody come into my place and take over my role. That's not going to happen right now, but it's still in my head. It's like, what do I really, really want to do? Or what do I find my time better used for? And how can we structure this so that that person who would be me after me would have the support they need? And there's just not enough money to be able to support both of those things at this time. So I also cannot make my own hole in the wall and mind my business in my current environment. Because that's one thing I thought. It's like, grow where you're planted, but you can also kind of grow out and over too and see, what you can do, especially if, your company likes you and you've done good work. They might be willing to support that. In theory, mine would, but the current situation is not in my favor for that at the time, so I had to scratch that too. But, yes, this week is just, last week was just double foo. I have a lot on my list, so hopefully next week, when I film, actually this week, when I film on either Saturday or Sunday, I will have some updates for you on how my week actually went, so that next week when you watch on Monday, you'll know if I survived or not. I'm hoping I do. But here we are. Let me just go ahead and make this a clean one and knit past my golden stitch marker. So I have a new round to begin for Friday's video. Let's go on around here. Alright, so we're at the end. Oh, that just unsightly, you can see it more now. If you saw me on Monday, you saw that I was identifying this purple sharp line. I mean, look at that. Come on, Nitpicks. Cut me some slack. But anyway, here we are at the end of this video. Thank you so much. I wish I could just keep knitting and knitting, but my battery and my video length only goes so far. So here we are. I will see you Friday if you haven't yet unsubscribed or stop listening to me altogether. But I'll see you soon. Bye.